And we're live. Welcome back to the next session, everyone. So where we left off last time, it was absolute chaos. And where we left off, sorry, I'm just reading through my notes. Okay, so where we left off last time, there was a lot of loud clanging from outside of where you were resting. Oh, and also the party. Sorry, just in case people haven't watched the last VOD, the party were attacked on their trip from Honeymill to Zodia, where unfortunately Jasper was killed, or what we can only assume is killed, by the Marlborough King that grabbed him from the cart. Xanis leapt from the cart to go and try and save Jasper, and the rest of the party has not seen either of them since. The only remnants that have been visible throughout the entirety of this were shredded pieces of Xanis's jacket and a couple of scraps of Jasper's clothing. So, yeah, the group hears a clanging outside by the front gate. Do you want to go and investigate?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so the group, the party proceeds to rush outside. And you see, from where you are currently standing, you see... Sorry, I'm just double checking stuff. From where you're currently standing, you see the small crowd has formed by the gate that you came through yesterday. Oh, I forgot to loop the theme. Well done, Lucas. There is a small crowd that is formed by the gate, and it's like a circle of people at the moment, but there's just enough of them to block out any good view of the crowd from what is in the center of the crowd.
Alice, hoist me on your shoulders.
No!
Oh.
You can push through. You're feisty enough.
Oh yeah, good point.
So I'm guessing you guys are rushing down and pushing your way through the crowd to find out what's there.
Yeah.
Okay, so as the group, I'm going to just conglomerate you guys into a small bowl up in the top corner, just because this makes my life easier. So sorry if this triggers anybody at home, that everybody is now compiled into a bowl, but sucks to be you, I guess, question mark. You find everybody has surrounded the crumpled form of a grey-furred wolf boy with red hair, who is currently wearing, I believe it's, what's he wearing? Give me a second. Why is his sheet all the way at the end? Who is wearing little more than a thin white shirt. Yep, because you've all pushed through the crowd. It takes a few seconds of everybody's brains to process, but it is the unconscious and unmoving form of Xanis, who has collapsed by the front gate. There is no sign of Jasper at all with him.
Xanis!
We need to get him back.
Gosh!
We need to get him back to the room.
Carry him out now!
Okay, so...
Can I go and, pick up Xanis? Can we...
Yep. Is anybody going to help Alice move Xanis into the building?
Yes.
Can I do a quick medical examination of him?
Yep. I don't know whether you want to do a medicine check or whether you have an ability that you're using with this, but you're more than welcome to.
Medic training.
Okay.
Reaction.
Yep. So you.
Assess the health of my allies.
Yes. So you check over Xanis. It appears that is pretty much pretty much at a good, I guess, like a good state in terms of like physical health. He's not too damaged, I guess. Like, there's definitely a fair few cuts and scrapes, but upon examination, you realise that he is exhausted to a point where he is basically incapable of movement.
I'm picking him up. He's going to the
Okay.
hospital.
So it was Xanis and Penton who were carrying him, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just... I need to find the thing. Is it here? Sorry, I'm having to... There we go. For some reason, I don't have this in my notes.
Back to the infirmary.
So you go back to the Forest Guard Guild and basically place Xanis in the infirmary, although he does end up getting moved to your room. Let me just double check. Milo, as you finish your, like, I'm guessing you would have been interrupted partway through your assessment, as in, Xanis and Penton picking Xanis up and basically getting him out of the main, out of the street. As you finish up your examination, you would judge it would take about just short of a week for Xanis to fully recover without any external assistance.
I will relay this to the party.
Can we talk to Xanis, or is Xanis too?
Xanis is unconscious.
Oh, fully unconscious. Okay.
Yes, as in out cold to the point where.
Right. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
How unconscious?
To clarify, Xanis is basically out cold, like somewhat like if I had to quantify it for you, a level of out cold as if someone had basically knocked him unconscious, or he'd gone multiple days without sleep. Level of unconscious.
Oh.
Okay. So during this time, there is a. Oh god, there's a. Yeah, so the group has managed to get. Well, yeah, Xanis is back. There does not appear to be any trace of Jasper. He wasn't out in the square. There doesn't appear to be any signs of, physical, like, clothing or anything in Xanis' possession. The only thing that appears to be there that belongs to Jasper is his bag, or his backpack. And that is it.
Guess he didn't make it then.
I mean, with his injuries, I definitely don't think he got far, even with Xanis' help.
To be honest.
I'm sure there's still hope. I mean, Xanis came back.
But if Xanis came back without Jasper, it's good to say that Jasper is dead and gone.
Well, maybe when Xanis recovers, we can ask him. Maybe he knows.
I mean,
I think we should be a bit smoother than that. Just been through a lot.
Yeah.
He's probably going to be really scarred by it all.
It is young.
So, let me just double check a couple of things. So you can either wait the next 5 days for Xanis to fully recover, I believe. Wait, if I remember correctly, Milo, don't you have an ability that speeds up recovery?
I have
Something like that.
treatment.
Let me have a look. I believe it's further down. Sorry, my brain is running miles per hour here because I'm thinking. Where is it? It is therapy. Well, not therapy. Sorry.
Not
fucking.
therapy. Isn't it?
I'm trying to find it. It's here because I know it is.
Sure, we're not looking for treatment for exhausted, or is that something else?
No, it's a different thing. The fuck? Where is it? I know it's here somewhere.
Improved recovery.
I'm being blind. Yes, there it is. Yeah, so with provided that you can get hold of, provided you can get hold of the right things, Milo, you could probably reduce the time taken for recovery by quite a bit, but it would require the gathering of some medicines.
I'm probably gonna have to go out and buy them. I don't think I have any of them.
I'll give you the money.
I've got plenty. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so Milo, are you taking anyone with you to go and acquire some medical items to assist with Xanis' recovery?
I will open it up. Does anyone want to come with?
Yeah, I'll go. It might be fun. Didn't actually say that for reference.
Okay, so Meria has offered to help. Anyone else?
I'll go.
Okay. So, sorry. If there was an in-character response you want to do there, Milo, go for it. I'm just writing down some notes. Okay, so Meria, Milo, and Penton exit. Let me just separate them out. So, Meria, Milo, Penton. Leaving Mado, Carl, Alice, Alistor, and Kay in the room. During this time, there is a quiet knock on the door.
Hello? I'm gonna go open the door! I'm going to open the door!
Okay, so Alice, you go up to the door and open it. Standing behind said door is a 6 foot 8? Let me double check. Yeah,
6'8".
A 6'8" tiefling, a 6'8" tiefling male with a pair of thin black framed glasses and some a few robes, like mage robes around. I guess I wouldn't call them proper mage robes. They're more like clothing. They're just very loose. ? Brain cells are not functioning right now. Excuse me. And there is a member of the forest guard standing next to him, or at least someone who is currently bearing the forest guard insignia on their outfit. Okay, this is you are Alice, correct?
Yeah, I'm Alice.
I should probably describe the person standing before you. Sorry. Oh my god, my notes are everywhere. If you could see how many tabs I have open right now.
Oh god, relatable.
What is 3, 6?
Okay, they're all uni
9,
stuff, so it's fine.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 different tabs open One of those is the music, one of those is the Google Drive, one of those is the relationship chart, the rest of those are character sheets. Standing in front of you at the moment, introducing this person is... Oh my god, why do I have so many entries here? Screech. I'm just gonna look him up. There it is. There is a member of what you assume is the Forest Guard who is a white rabbit folk. A male white rabbit folk in the garbs of a bard. And standing about 5-10 feet away from the entrance is a 7 foot tall hyena folk male in very revealing berserker garbs. It's clearly a thing of efficiency over anything else. As the white rabbit folk kind of waves his hand to get your attention back to him, who is 5'2", I should probably point out, so he's quite short.
Oh,
Anyway.
well, it's basically the same height as me.
Basically, yeah. You are Miss Powers. May I introduce one of our mercenary assistants we've hired whilst our leaders are away. This man introduced himself as, Aleksander? Anyway, he has been assigned to assist your group whilst you are here.
Right, well, it's lovely to meet you, Aleksander. Can I put my hand out for a handshake?
Very nice to meet you. Shake her hand.
The white rabbit folk steps back as Alec introduces himself to Alice, and the rabbit folk and the hyena folk proceed to leave, and the door closes.
Okay, well, we'll come on in. Don't mind everyone. They're all we're all just a little bit sad, but like, we're okay, you know. But it's okay. Everyone, I'm sure, will be really nice and really lovely. This is Mado.
Mado lets out a half-assed grunt and
Okay,
just waves his hand.
Yeah, and then
I wave
there's,
back.
There's Kay.
As you wave over to Kay and Alistor, Kay is currently going through a book. It's a very heavy black leather cased tome that appears to be recently gotten out one of the mislaid backpacks that you notice, Alec. There's backpacks for seemingly most of the beds here, and then there's an extra one. The person that Alice introduces as Alistor kind of gives you a wave, but doesn't really seem too focused on the new introduction, as he seems a lot more focused on the unconscious male currently on the bed across the room from you. Karen, Alice?
And over there, there's Carl. And then there's Milo, and that's Meria and Penton.
here.
I don't like Penton.
I should point out, Alice, Meria, Penton, and Milo are not currently in the room. So it's literally just it's you, Alec, the unconscious form of Xanis in the bed, Rosemary, Carl, Mado, Alistor, and Kay.
Okay. Well, I wasn't sure if they were, because on the roll 20 they are in the room.
Sorry. I tried to separate them out, but
it's okay. I just got confused. Yes. Pretend I didn't introduce everyone else. Just yep. Carl.
Just Carl.
Carl just kind of waves, but he seems the expression on his face is one of caution, almost as though he's trying to assess you from a distance.
Yeah,
okay, well,
smile at him like,
sit
okay,
down. Cool. Come sit down and tell me about yourself. So, where have you come from?
Oh, I've kind of been about a bit, and a funny story. I've been basically retired for the past year, but I decided I'd get back into it recently.
Retired from
here I
what?
am. Oh, you know, the fighting and such.
Wow. Well, why did you decide to come back to it, you know? Fighting's for young people.
What do you mean, young people? I am young.
Well, you said you were retired. I'm not going to make a guess of how old you are. That would be rude.
I look at Xanis. Is he okay?
Yes, he's sleeping. We've had, like I said, we've had some traumatic events, so everything's just a little bit crazy here. So yeah, everyone's just a bit sad and a bit battered and bruised. You know, nothing. You know, it could be worse. It could be better.
It's a bit tense in here.
I know, and that's why I'm doing the talking.
Whilst this is happening, I'm just gonna jump over to Milo, Mira, and Penton, who are currently in the town.
So, what exactly are we looking for?
We're looking for some medicines that I can combine to help Xanis.
Anything more specific? Like herbs or what?
It's gonna be herbs, just to make a herbal remedy. Let's go find a herbalist.
If you give me a couple of seconds, I am currently digging about to try and find the particular thing that you are looking for. Sorry, I should have really had this open beforehand. I was in the middle of doing something before session started. Screeching noises, if I make them loud enough, I'll remember. Crap, I can't find it. Okay, no, I found it. So you are looking for a type of berry syrup that is near. Oh god, why do I have my? Okay, just for context of people watching, I have. Oh no! I just opened the wrong folder. Basically, you're looking for a berry juice.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm trying to find the name of the berry, and I can't find it. This is where people get to listen to the clicking noises of me going through many, many, many folders. This.
I think he's gonna be okay.
He will be.
Worried.
He's
At the
really
moment-
strong. I think he'll be okay.
Well, to be honest, he's on the verge of death. The best thing now is that, really, he's getting rest. The more rest he has, the more he will recover. So it is best to not stress him out or, I guess, let him perform any strenuous activities.
Yeah.
Found it. You're looking for Lanafel berry syrup. Fucking hell, that took way
Lanafel
too
berry
long.
syrup.
That took way too long to find that. I am sorry. Yeah, so you're looking for Lanafel berry syrup, which is known for its restorative effects, and is, I guess, like a berry version of coffee. If you were to compare it to a real world, to give it a real world equivalent, it's like a quadruple espresso shot in berry form. But it's also kind of sweet, so it's not bitter, like my soul.
So
Laughing.
what we're looking for is Lanafel berry syrup. So our first place to look would most likely be a herbalist of some sort. But what it will do is help to speed up Xanis' recovery.
Something that will help
Okay.
is good.
Okay, so do you want to roll some investigation checks
Oh, yeah, can do.
just to see if you
Nice,
can?
terrible roll there.
Oh dear.
That was a 5.
Ugh.
You'd think I'd.
Okay, so that is a fail on your end. Mira, what did you roll?
I'm gonna have to take my 5, mate. That's gonna be 13.
Oof. And Penton?
There with. Yeesh. 14 rolls.
14. Okay, so the rest of you are kind of like, you guys are a little bit hopeless with this, in that you're looking for it, but you definitely struggle to find it. However, you are fortunate enough that Penton manages to spot a herbalist within, let's say, within the next few minutes of you searching.
There. Is that what we're looking for?
Yes! Well done, Penton.
That took
Ugh.
long enough. Right, let's get in there.
Okay, so as you enter, okay, so you find the herbalist whose shop is actually quite quiet. It's a very small space, but as you are looking through, do you guys want to roll me another investigation check, please? Sorry, I'm trying to find my
That's better.
my details.
Oh my god.
That's a
Somehow
17.
worse.
Got 17.
Mira
16.
and Penton.
13, and I've used 2 luck points today.
Oof.
Already, geez.
Those 2 rolls.
Yeah, so as the three of you are looking, you will end up stumbling upon it at the same time. And there you go.
How
You
much
have
does it
found
cost?
the actual juice itself, the syrup itself. It depends on whether you're going to purchase the whole jar or whether you're just going to purchase a single use of it, if you will.
How much do we need?
Just a single
Milo,
use, really.
do you
Ideally,
want
a
to roll? Yeah. Sorry, I was going to say roll a medicine check, but no, you're pretty much on the dot. Never mind. No,
Okay, I
single
imagine
use.
it would just be a single use, but we could get some more in case for future use.
Plus, he may need it later down the line as well.
Considering how things have gone lately, I think that would be a very good idea.
Mm.
So whole jar, or how many uses do we want?
Well, how much is the actual jar itself?
Roll an appraisal check.
Natural 20.
So you would guess that the whole jar, which would be about 2 dozen uses of it, would cost about 2,000 gil, as it's a luxury import from the island of Miranu, if memory serves correctly. Yeah, from the island of Miranu, so it's quite an exotic item to find here of all places.
My job to look after the kid. I'll pay for it.
You sure? Let's all chip in. Oh,
Okay.
I'll pay 1,000.
Pay the other 1,000 then.
Hey, what about me?
Oh no, could we just buy the fucking thing?
For buying the thing.
Oh, we're buying the thing.
Okay, so We'll split.
As a
We'll
character,
split it.
I'm not pissed off.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, it's a fucking jar of berry syrup. I would be very impressed if someone had managed to get pissed off about that already. Although it wouldn't surprise me.
I might not be able to get it open. It is a jar.
Oh no, could you imagine?
Got -1 to strength.
First character death because you couldn't open a jar.
The pickle jar, no!
The infamous pickle jar of doom.
Cries.
No. So we'll say 1,000 from both Penton and Milo, and then Meria.
I
will
just
be
look pretty.
Yeah, you'll just stand there T-posing, I guess, smiley face. So you go to the herbalist, and she seems a little bit saddened to see the second to last jar get taken, but she very, very happily accepts the 2,000 gold, the 2,000 gil coins from you. And you hurry back to you basically hurry on back, where you find, when you return to the room, you find that Kay is reading through a very large, heavy book with a black leather casing. Alistor is currently making a fuss and trying to keep an eye on Xanis' condition, while Carl is sitting across the rooms, with a semi mix between a frown and a scowl at a new person who is in this room that neither of you three have seen before. It's a 6'8" tiefling male who is being borderline interrogated by Alice right now. So everybody is back in the room together.
Milo's
Okay.
tail twitches in irritation and walks over to Xanis to administer the syrup.
And here is everyone else. So this is Aleksander, even, and this is Mira.
Hello.
This is Milo. Milo's a bit busy. And this is Penton.
Hello to you all.
Just watch your back with Penton, you know.
Why are you
Up in
so
that.
tall?
Why am I so tall?
Yeah.
Spinach.
Whoa. I don't like spinach.
Mira, we need to eat more spinach.
Yes.
Yep.
I don't like spinach though. So how about you eat twice as much, and then it will definitely apply to both of us.
Okay, yeah.
Sounds
I'll eat loads of spinach, yeah?
Yeah.
And then we'll both be tall.
Exactly.
That's Milo.
What's he doing, Milo?
Milo's treating Xanis at the moment.
Okay. Can you roll me a medicine check with advantage?
With advantage?
Yep.
That is a good thing it's advantage. That's a total of 36.
Yep. So you administer the berry juice, and you will spend the rest of the current day taking care of Xanis in his current condition. But thanks to the combination of the two, you should be able to cure all 5 levels of tiredness in one swing. Between your medicability and the syrup's effects, it literally is just going to take 1 day of sleep.
Working?
Yes, he just needs to rest for now. We should see improvement tomorrow morning. Now, Aleksander, was it?
My name.
What's a demon spawn doing here?
There's no need for that, I don't think so.
What, you can't tell? You've got 2 devils in the room?
What? A demon?
What? Alice, you don't know the history of tieflings or the biology of tieflings? You've got 2 possibilities.
Brother,
Demons with devils.
enough, please. Can we just let this drop for now, and then we will deal with this once Xanis is fine? Please.
So Penton's going to turn to Alex. So what are you doing here then? Are you delivering something or what? What's your deal? I've never seen you before.
I think I'm just working with you here now.
Yeah, he's here to stay.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. The one.
Does that mean you can give us piggyback rides because you're so tall?
Oh, what? Mado's just a tall.
Yeah, and I asked
He's
you if
taller
you
than
give
me,
me a
actually.
piggyback, and you said no. So where am I supposed to get a piggyback
I'm not
from?
going to give you a piggyback.
Well, that
I'll
sounds like a
try if you
impossibility.
want.
Okay, I'm gonna climb on Alex's back.
I'll lean down.
I thought you liked Simon.
I like Simon. I love Simon, but Alex is tall, and I want to climb on his back.
Is Simon tall?
Simon's like shorter than me, so
Simon's
no, not
5'5",
really.
I think
isn't
you've
he?
got the wrong guy. Are you sure you like Simon?
Yes, I do. And just climbing on Alex's back. What's so weird about that?
Oh, romantic.
Is
No,
she
not
on my
really.
back yet?
I'm assuming she's climbing on your back.
Okay.
You're like a koala.
Okay. Is there anywhere you want to go while you're on my back, or do you just like being
Mush!
up here? What did she
Run
just say?
around
She
the
just
room.
screamed mush.
Mush!
Triply away.
Sometimes, Mira, you're actually too weird for me.
Wow, that's a lot coming from you,
And
Alex.
that says a lot.
You can't even read.
I can read sometimes.
Neither of you can read a fucking room though, can you?
No, not really.
You should leave the room. I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna lean down out the door and just
Taking me
We're
with
still on
you.
me. Just like it's too awkward in here. Let's just walk around town.
Okay, apparently we're doing that.
Okay.
Oh.
Don't mind if I
So
burn some incense.
that's fine with me, brother. And Carl seems very tense, but the moment that Alec leaves the room, I'm just going to refer to Alexander as Alec, just because that's easier for my brain cells at the moment. As soon as Meria and Alec leave the room, Carl seems to relax a bit. Mado.
Yeah. Do what?
Sorry. Mado goes over to give goes and gives Alice a hug and basically excuses himself from the room to go and sort some odds and sods out and take a walk. So Mado is no longer in the room. Just gonna reconcile everybody in a bundle. Carl goes over to. Oh no, Rosemary's token is above Carl on the layers. Uh oh.
Oh dear, she's loafing on him again.
There we go. So Carl goes and goes over to start brushing Rosemary's feathers. Just imagine Lupus doing leg kicks.
Ooh.
Kay is still sitting there reading her book by Xanis's bedside, or reading the book. Alistor is assisting Carl currently, just brushing Rosemary's feathers, leaving Milo, Penton, and Alice not really doing anything as of current. God, I've really had to arrange these things to split them out.
Milo is going to burn some incense and then just going to start sketching his sketchpad.
Okay. So Milo is sketching. Oh god. Okay, so Mira and Alec, I'm assuming you guys are just going out for a walk and then coming back after a while. Unless you two have
Walking
something
Yeah.
around town. Just walking around town.
Just walking around town with me on Alex's back.
Yeah. We'll probably stop a few times because I'm not that strong, so we'll probably have to sit down at some point and then
Yep.
be like, okay, I just need to catch my breath, and then probably have a snack, and then
Then you're back at it.
That is fine with me. So that leaves 2 people currently not doing something, and that is Alice and Penton. What are you 2 doing?
Will we have a conversation?
Okay.
So I don't believe they've really spoken since
Nope, they have not.
the events.
Well, Alice, if you want to approach Penton, you are more than welcome to.
I will. I'm going to take my life in my own hands and go talk to Penton.
Okay. Penton,
Oh,
you are
Penton.
approached by Alice.
Oh, Alice.
It was a time in Honeymell.
I can't quite hear. Yeah. Again?
You can't quite hear me. What?
Yeah,
Sorry,
can't
you
quite
cut
hear
out
you.
a bit.
Speak up a bit.
Sorry. How was your time in Honeymell then?
Well, not a lot happened, and then my world turned to shit, so...
Yeah.
Doing great.
I guess I did some reflecting, And yeah, I was angry at you. I really was. But I've moved on. I've moved past it, and I don't want to keep this silence between us.
I mean, I was always willing to talk to you. Just talk to me again, so... But I appreciate that. It's very grown up of you, Alice.
Yeah, I'm trying.
What I did to you was... fucked up. And I'm sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know what's happening. I don't even know who I am. All I know is I care a lot about that kid, and I'm very worried about it right now. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry it didn't work out between us. I didn't want it to end the way it did. I don't know. Sorry.
You were my love, and it didn't work out the way we wanted it to. But in hindsight, were we really the best match for each other? I
Alice, we
wasn't.
were awful.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting an apology today, but I appreciate it. Wow, look at me
told
being
me at a very different time.
It was, and I'm still, I'm still scarred, but we can't be working together, working in the guild together if we can't even get along with each other.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh,
Alright, really, Alice. I hope you made a... I hope that works.
oh, thank you.
There's someone better than me. He's still in the room, isn't he?
Nope, he
Okay.
is not in the room.
No, he's not in the room.
He left a little while ago. The only people in this room right now are Kay, Xanis, basically everybody that isn't Mira, Alec, or Mado is in this room. Those are the only 3 people not in this room.
Well, there you go. I do have a soul. So no one was wondering.
Deep down, apparently you do.
I'm just finding that out myself, to be honest.
Okay. After this interaction, Some time passes as the group's just kind of waiting for Xanis to wake up. Meria, Mado, and Alec return to the room, and the party takes a long rest, rotating you into the next day, which is the 25th of May, 56 AR. You all wake up the next morning. Who is going to check? If you don't know what I mean by that, then you are not one of the first people checking.
Check on Xanis, yeah.
Yes, check on Xanis.
Bingo. Okay, so as sorry, I'm just topping up HP bars because everyone's still having chip damage. As you go to check on Xanis, he lets out a pained grumble as he sits up. The kid looks exhausted, but he is conscious.
Yay!
I'm so worried, kid. Oh. How do you feel?
Well, quite simply, I feel like shit.
Anything we can do for you?
Well, not really. I literally had to try and save another person who... Well, I tried to save someone and backfired. So, no, there's not really much that I can do, or you can do, or anyone can do, because that's someone's blood on my hands, because I couldn't do anything. Xanis just looks at the rest of the party with a very pained and almost a look of distaste at quite a few of the group. And looks at the new person looks at your new group member with a very high level of disdain / distaste, having absolutely no idea who this is, and there's just a random stranger in the room. Before he starts talking, well, let me put it this way. Quite frankly, he didn't make it. I hopped off that cart. I got there. I used that scroll to send it off. The first couple of days, we used up all of the Phoenix Downs we had. I used them all up. I had to make a stretcher out of leaves and plants and drag him across, almost halfway across the forest path to get back. I hadn't slept in 4 days. We were out of food supplies. You never know how horrific it looks to see someone dying than when they're completely incapable of moving their body. The Malboro King snapped his spine. He was paralyzed from the neck down. And yet I dragged him. I dragged him all of the way, and then about half a day's travel before we got to the city, we were attacked. And there was nothing I could do. And I had to run with whatever was left of Jasper's things. I saved the money he had on him, some of the food supplies, literally everything that was useful on him I put in his bag while I was carrying him on that stretcher. And the last thing I saw of him was this big creature that I can... Milo, can I have your sketchbook for a second?
Yeah, sure. smile and hands it over.
Xanis very roughly sketches out something on paper for the group to look at. I'll apologize, this is quite a low poly model, but it looks like a dinosaur. Look in look in the podcast party chat, and you will see what Xanis has drawn. It came at us out of the woods from nowhere, and I couldn't move quickly enough. And I couldn't get his things back. And then I watched as that horrific thing, what would you even call that, a dinosaur? I don't know. But it ate Jasper, it then ran off, and I saw it in the distance get picked off the ground and devoured by the Malbara King. I made it the last 4 hours of the trip back and then passed out, and now I'm here. So who's that? And Xanis nods his head towards Alec.
New guy that turned up yesterday.
Hi, I'm Aleksander.
Xanis is going to take a look at Alec and is going to roll an insight check.
Why?
That is a 27 total, nat 20. Xanis observes you for a moment, and for a brief second or two you can see a very dark, gloomy expression drop over his face before he shakes his head and looks over to Kay, who currently has who's still, picking through that book. That book that Papa Wolf gave to Jasper. It's a Necronomicon. It's full of a lot of ancient spells, but I can't read any of it, even with my knowledge of Runic. I can't read any of it, because it's all jumble and it keeps changing. I had to kill him. I sedated him with plants in the forest. Every breath he took was a wheeze. Every word sounded like he was trying to force it through crushed lungs. So that thing that ate him, it just ate a dead body. I sedated him and he was gone within the hour. And that's it. Xanis attempts to try and get out of the bed, and I'm going to... Is anybody going to stop him from trying to get up? Okay, Penton, can you roll me a strength check, please?
This will be interesting.
And it'll be a contest of strength. I'm pretty sure you have like a +0, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. +0 versus +0. What did you roll?
I fail.
What did you roll?
The luck point, I rolled a 3 and a 1.
I rolled a 2. So... No, you didn't fail.
Okay, you're in no condition to move.
So what are we doing? Why is everybody still in the room? Did anybody find out what the mission was that we had in the end?
Well,
No?
the mission was to investigate strange sightings of vines appearing out of the woods.
Says the
which
king.
would have led us to the Malbara King, yep.
Yeah. It's coming towards the city.
What?
Yes. I suspect... Well, I think the Forest Guard suspects an attack within the week.
So we need to we need to prepare then.
Yes.
Great. Day one of being back and conscious, and I'm already having to prepare to fight a monstrosity that I highly doubt any of us are capable of killing.
Are you
Right.
sure you're fit to fight? Xanis. No.
Xanis looks over at Alice, and I'm going to roll a d20 to decide whether he says what he thinks or whether he says something nice about it. Nope, that's a nat one. He says what he thinks. Alice, I don't think you are in the position to ask me if I'm able to fight. You can barely read. I don't think I need someone who's borderline illiterate to tell me whether I'm able to fight or voice that kind of concern. I appreciate it, but please be more concerned about the fact that in a week's time we might all be dead.
I'm going to scowl at Mira.
Oh, what I do?
Yeah, everybody is awake, by the way. I just want to point this out. Everybody's basically just sitting in their beds, apart from like maybe one or two of you that are by the bedside.
Mm.
Glad to see you again, kid. I was worried. Big time. Went back straight after, and we couldn't find anything. Just put up clothes.
Yeah, I found the supplies.
See ya. It doesn't look like it. What I would have done.
I'm going to go to Tucker thing.
What?
The training grounds.
Oh, yes.
Get out some anger.
Hello, how long before he's fit?
Fortunately enough, because of Milo's intervention. Thanks to Milo's intervention, you do notice that Xanis should be able to get up and get moving. He just needs food in his system.
The first order of business is breakfast.
Of course, yeah, you must be starving.
At the suggestion of this, you hear a very loud grumbling noise coming from Xanis, who looks a little bit embarrassed.
Question. Do we go to a dinner hall, or do we go and get food and bring it back?
Up to you. It depends on if you guys are willing to try and catch Xanis if he does fall over. That's a big if.
Try.
Also, if you guys want to look in the main chat, I have sent an image of what Zodia looks like. I've got to resketch this out at some point, or not. I might not, but yeah. So it's up to you guys. You can go and get food and bring it back, or you can basically just try and assist Xanis to the place.
What are you feeling, Xanis? Do you think you want to walk down to the cafeteria, or would you rather us come get food and bring it back?
Well, I guess I could try walking. I've been doing it for 4 days. Well, I was doing it for 4 days straight, so it won't kill me to continue. And Xanis gets up. And manages
Can you
to.
hear crying children? I can hear screaming out the window.
I cannot. I'm a floor up.
No, we can't. We can't hear it.
Okay.
Fortunately.
Also, I'll be right back.
Okay. So the group goes to get food together, and there's an air of tension as the quite negative mood is definitely hanging heavy with the fact that, you know, this is the first actual big loss, and it's within the first 2-3 months of the group actually being functional operatives.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Have fun with that.
Well,
Also, put yourself on mute if you're doing that.
oh, you totally misread what I meant.
In
Oh.
character.
Ah, okay. Okay. I got confused for a
Yeah.
second there.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Okay,
Bruh.
so Mira wanders off to the bathroom.
She waddles.
After the group has finished food and recollated, Milo, what would you like to do?
To be honest, I just want to go take a walk.
Okay. So as the group is resettling and trying to organize their things and, you know, general daily training that you would be used to back at the Sleeping Wolves Guild, your current it's not as good or as supportive as it would normally be, but, you know, it's clear the Forest Guard isn't as high a standard as the Sleeping Wolves is. Or at least in terms of how it operates. It definitely feels a lot more detached than normal. But Milo, you end up, whilst everybody else is training, you go for a walk. And as you are wandering, I have to find my notes. You encounter, you end up encountering someone on your walk who bumps into you.
Oh.
By accident. It's quite alright. Say, I've been trying to look for the herbalist. I'm trying to find a remedy for my mother. She's quite sick right now. To describe the person that you are currently looking at, he is, oh my god, brain cells, please engage yourselves. There we go. You are currently looking at what appears to be a Mithra, but he has quite long ears, longer than would be typical, and you notice he has a tail, and it's also almost like a little nub / tuft that kind of reminds you of a rabbit. So, like small rabbit-like tufty tail with larger cat ears. It's about 5'9", and wandering alongside him. Oh god, I have to find my notes again. I am sorry. This is good. How much of the campaign recording so far do you think is me just making weird noises while trying to find my notes? Probably a lot, I imagine.
I'd say probably close to 25%.
Probably. Wandering alongside him.
That's not sure when we should talk or not. The
Mood.
Gaps of silence.
60% content, 20% Lupus making weird noises, 20% of just everybody trying to work out the shuffle that is speaking. Alongside this young man is a relatively large silver wolf. I have to remember what size you are. What size are you? Are you medium or are you large? I don't remember. Give me 2 seconds. I know I keep taking time, but I should have loaded all of this shit sooner.
It's all good.
I am not a professional DM. That's probably why people find me confusing, because I leave everything and then forget. Yep, it's a medium size, I think. Yeah, medium. So there's a medium-sized silver-furred wolf wandering beside him. Just to describe the general appearance of the person you were looking at.
Okay.
But yes, you don't know where the herbalist is, do you?
So happens I went there yesterday. I can show you the way.
That would be lovely. Also, question. Are you... No, don't worry. I'm just curious, your ears, but I see little horns as well. Are you a... And he is going to roll an insight, but I don't have his stats, so I'm just going to give him a +3 because... Oh wait, it's charisma, isn't it? Yeah, okay. So that is a 13. Ah, you must be a... You must be at least in some part of Vieira, right? That would explain the heels.
Yes.
They are very fashionable, I must say.
Thank you.
Anyway, lead the way.
Yes.
So you show him the way to the herbalist, and he turns as he's about to enter. Thank you, I very much appreciate it. Oh, I haven't introduced myself. I'm Gelda Solma. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Oh, I didn't introduce myself either. Milo Dragon. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Jelda.
Well, I shouldn't drag on anymore with taking up your time, unless you would like to help me pick out the remedy. You seem like you know what you're doing. I don't know what it is exactly, but perhaps it's just very smart people tend to have very nice jawlines. Sorry, I'm getting lost in my own thinking here. I appreciate the help.
It's not a problem.
And... Oh, sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
I mean, if you need any help, I am a medic after all.
Well, I guess I was right. People with good jawlines definitely know what they're doing. Anyway, I'll let you carry on with your day. Come on, Fenrir. And Gelda and his dog, whatever you want to call it. You're not sure. Something seems a bit strange about the wolf, but you haven't really had the time to assess what it is. But the two of them disappear into the herbalist's.
Milo's gonna walk away, and I think his cheeks are definitely tinted red.
Spicy. Okay. Brain cells. They're a thing that I don't have. Okay, so during the day, oh god, sorry. Penton and Xanis end up separating off from the rest of the group whilst at the guild. And Milo, you end up seeing them walk past you at one point, but they kind of seem like they're on a mission, if you will. So you kind of just let them head on past. But as you re-enter the guild, you see a very distressed-looking Meria.
Meria? Is something the matter?
Milo is really bad. Milo is really bad.
Meria, what's wrong?
Well, I know when we ran away, I saw I didn't get hurt, but there's blood. There's lots of blood.
Blood where?
On my legs. It's everywhere. And I tried to clean it up. There's still blood.
Do you have any open wounds?
No, and that's what's really worrying.
Meria?
Yes.
Are you on your period?
What? No,
You're...
what?
Oh, for God's...
What do you mean? I don't get those.
Well, it seems that you've gotten one.
But I don't get them. Why so much?
We need to get you I'm surprised.
As the two of you are trying to work out what the hell to do, Alistor ends up wandering along. Are you two quite alright over there? You seem a bit distressed.
She's on her period, and
Esther,
apparently
my
he's
legs
never-
look like your hair.
She's on her period.
Ah, yes. If I remember correctly, you're Goblin and what was it? Asima?
Yeah.
Ah, yes. I don't know if you know, but Asima's later bloomers, so you probably wouldn't have gotten it until now. Don't worry, just go. I'm sure some of the general stores around here might sell what I guess I would summarize as a magical tampon for you.
Oh
And they're self-cleaning too. They come in all colours. Don't ask me how
Oh
I
my
know
God.
this.
my gosh. I want to get a pink one. I want a pink one. I want a pink one.
I suppose I could come with you too if you'd like some assistance.
Yeah, you have to come, Alistor. It sounds like you know a lot about this.
Milo's face just looks utterly horrified. Well, not horrified, it's more of just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Anyway, also Milo. There's a certain was looking around earlier. I saw this this young man with a pet wolf wandering around.
Oh,
It's
do you
not
mean
just me. Oh, sorry, my bad. Please carry on.
I believe I know who you're talking about. I met them on my walk.
Oh,
Yes, Jolda.
is it me? There's something about that man that, well, I guess young man. I'm not sure how old he is, but I can't tell it. I couldn't tell from where I was looking earlier, but there's something about that young man that just he seems familiar almost. Perhaps it's just me, but there's something about him that strikes as unusual.
Maybe you were friends in a past life.
Well, Mira, you haven't met him, but Milo. It's not just me, right? There is some small degree of familiarity there. Maybe not his face, maybe not his name, but just I guess even his magical aura, just something strikes me as familiar.
I suppose so. Something felt familiar. Well, I guess neither of us can put a finger on it.
Well, I guess I shouldn't make humor, but you might want to refasten your coat. And Alistor very gentlemanly waves his hand towards Milo before turning to Mira. Well, should we go and start having a look for? I guess. Why are the three of us going shopping for? Anyway, shall we get moving?
Yeah, let's go. Adventure time.
Okay. Anyway, brain cells. So the three of you end up going out shopping. And during this... Oh god, brain cells. No. Oh god. Okay, this is what's happening now. Okay. I was just taking a look through notes and I found something I forgot to delete last session. Which is just a smiley face. Literally just a colon bracket at the bottom of the sheet. God, I love my random notes. Okay, so the three of you end up heading to one of the general shops, and towards the back you find a general healthcare section, which one of the walls is literally covered. Like, I'd say maybe it's about as far as you could stretch your arms out in terms of how large the wall is. But it's just a full-on display of different coloured magical... Yeah. You get the gist of it. It's just a whole display.
Oh my god, it's beautiful! Oh, I don't know which one to get. Alistor, which one do I get?
Alistor looks over to Milo, who's just kind of been a little bit quiet, and just... Milo, it's not just me, right? Mira does seem a little bit too excitable about this.
There's only so many different kinds. I don't know which one to get. There's so many.
Didn't you say you wanted a pink one?
I know I said I wanted the pink one, but I thought maybe they only had like green or pink or like red. But then I see like there's a full-blown rainbow. Like, what if I want to have a different one on Tuesday than like Wednesday?
Oh, please, just choose one.
Mira, please. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but please, come on.
Okay, fine. I'll just get the pink one. There's stars on it.
Okay. If I go and help you pay for that, Milo, do you want to God. Do you want to go to get do you want to go and get Carl and have a look around the city, see if there's any, I don't know, the forest guard were mentioning about maybe checking the city's walls, see if there were any damages.
Yep.
Okay, we'll see you in a bit then.
Bye.
Okay, Jesus Christ.
I'm guessing Milo just very quickly starts walking in the opposite direction of the store.
I just imagine. I hope there's like the shop owner is like, Jesus Christ, what is wrong with this woman?
Genuine question: is there a fucking trail of blood? Is there just
No.
Okay.
There is not. Fortunately enough, there is not a trail of blood behind where Mira was walking. Fortunately enough.
It's all down my legs.
It's got everywhere.
Oh god. Okay. I don't know what happens. Every time Mira's on screen, something meme-worthy occurs. It's like free. It's basically like free meme content at this point.
Listen, I didn't take drama for 3 years to not be funny.
I mean, no comment.
Dab.
Dab. Not damn. Dab. Smile. In the meantime, we cha-cha slide on over to... Oh god, brain cells, please. Penton and Xanis. That took way too long for my brain cells to figure out where I was going with that. The two of you are currently wandering through the town. As Xanis looks over to you. Penton. How are you doing?
I mean, I've been better. I should be really happy right now, but I'm a bit overwhelmed.
It's alright. I understand. I'm still coming to terms with what happened. Hey, it's fine.
I
just
just
glad-
look after you, and I let this happen.
Well, you can't exactly stop me from jumping off of a cart running towards a horrifically lethal monster. I'm sorry for doing that.
Try though. It froze.
Well, of course, it would have killed you. If you had jumped off the cart as well, I would have had to try and supply for me, you, and Jasper.
Yes.
Hey, please, don't worry about it. I'm pretty sure Papa Wolf and Papa Fox will be more focused on the fact that since you've been keeping an eye on me, okay, things haven't exactly gone to plan, but the fact that you came out looking for me, if those supplies weren't left behind, I wouldn't have made it. I'm assuming either you, one of you left it. I think the clothes kind of smelt like Alice. Okay. Well, you tried. I mean, I couldn't catch the scent of Meria or Mila or anyone else. It was just you. I saw your footprints, I saw Alice's and Alistor's.
So worried when we didn't find anything. On the clothes scattered everywhere. No tracks, no nothing.
Well, I kind of had to cover up where I was. The Malboro King was hot on my tail.
Yeah, I know, you're smarter than that. Underestimate.
Hey, well,
You're okay. That's good.
well, I did find something out in the forest I thought was pretty cool. You know that really ugly thing? It was like that lady who was like a walking boulder that we stole the money off of.
That you stole 4 million gil off of, yes. How could I forget?
Well, I may or may not have found where she is. She's actually in Zodia.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't lie to you.
You think if we pull another heist?
Yes.
We have bigger fish to fry right now.
Well, you look like you're absolutely miserable, and it really does look like you could use a bit of a pick-me-up.
Yeah, everything's picking up really though. I'm not the one who was out there.
Then indulge me. Indulge my stupidity. If we go and get Kay...
As long as you don't do anything that stupid again.
Hey. It was only stupid after I realised that I didn't have enough supplies to keep us both alive, okay?
I mean, wait, why did you do it? Oh, you hated him.
Yeah, I still do, in some small part. But my Papa Wolf used to tell me, and my Papa Fox used to tell me, well, Papa Fox always believed that everybody could change. And I can kind of agree with him, but I do think it's a little bit too optimistic. At least for some people. But Papa Wolf always told me that regardless of whether I like someone or not, if they're working with the guild, even if I don't like them, everyone deserves to have a happy, at least a acceptable end. Of trying to, even if they die on a mission, trying to get them home, and at the very least, getting them or their families the closure that they need. And I thought I could do something. I was wrong. I failed. And I will admit I am kicking myself for that, or not seeing something sooner, but you know, is what it is. I jumped because I thought I could do something, and I could tell nobody else would have been able to do something. So I jumped. The only part of Jasper I managed to save was what was in his possessions, which, you know, some of those bits and pieces I threw over to I left with Alex. You know, that staff, a little bit of money, and that amulet. But the rest of the money I kind of kept to myself. Just stuff that I don't need that might as well give away. And long story short, I thought I could do something even if I hated him. You know, I could be the bigger person, I guess. Though I don't really think that's the best way of wording it.
Don't do it again.
Well,
honestly, I guess I didn't realise this, but I couldn't handle it if I lost you.
well, yeah.
Think about what you mean to other people where you make those sort of decisions.
Yeah. Well, I guess that I remember hearing Papa Fox say it to Papa Wolf quite a lot. I guess I'm a bit more like him, at least in that sense, anyway. So why don't we go grab Kay and try and run a con?
Oh, I like that.
My sneaking skills, your undeniable charisma, and Kay's brain. You know, nothing that can stop us.
It's gonna sound weird, but could you just smack me in the face? Snap me out of this.
Xanis starts going to swing and slap you in the face, but he stops his hand just shy of actually hitting you. Why would I do that?
Do it.
Why? What's the point in hitting you? I'm just gonna hurt you.
Upset me, you know? Not gonna be much good as a charismatic Order Force. I'm so low, I'm about to dig into the fucking ground.
Well, me slapping you and having to force reset you isn't gonna work, is it? Because then you just get used to having to inflict pain on yourself as a way of focusing. That's not good. Amount of times I've heard Papa Fox go off on Papa Wolf for doing that. Come on, let's go. If you want, I can ask Kay to bonk you on the arm with her staff or something. Let's get moving. As you are moving, can you roll me a perception check, please? And I'm gonna roll into that as well. Oh, roll with advantage because of pack mentality. What did you roll?
20.
19?
28.
20. Okay, sorry. My brain is being very slow. You rolled a 20 and Xanis rolled a 21? Yeah, 21. So you both succeed. You both see when you arrived on Honeymill, the group saw this collection of small airships with the Sleeping Wolves Guild emblem on them flying overhead towards Galeris. They seem to fly back overhead, but you notice out of one of them drops down this, what I can only describe as this red mass that drops down almost like a bullet towards the ground as they go overhead. Oh, well, I'm guessing that might be my dad. Seems like the right color anyway. I think he's probably here to help sort out the guild stuff and update them. So we could go and run a con and then go say hi to him, or maybe something else.
Yeah. That later.
That didn't answer the question at all, but okay, I'll decide. So you and Xanis end up heading back towards the guild. The guild. Right. Okay, so as you guys are heading back, Mira, you are still with Alistor.
Hello, yes. Alistor, yum.
Please don't talk about Alistor like that. Okay. Alistor, yum.
I'm very
Eyebrow
hungry
wiggle.
right now.
Stop.
I haven't had dinner. I'm bloody starving.
Cease. No, I get you. I'm guessing you're probably gonna go get food soon.
Yeah! No, it's alright. It's being brought up.
Pog. Okay, so you and Alistor.
Hi.
I believe. Don't talk like that. It's just so creepy. You just go up to the mic and go, "Hi."
Hi.
Anyway, I believe you had a scene planned where you wanted Alistor involved. So do you want to execute that now, please?
Yes, I would like to execute myself.
Mood? Question mark? Exclamation mark. Mood.
Exclamation mark!
What?
With an ellipses?
No, just an full-blown
Just-
exclamation mark.
A
Okay.
full-blown extra mark.
So
Okay.
let me rearrange all of the tokens on here so I have the correct
Token
people
time,
together.
token time.
If you guys want to sort the thing out, you two are there. You are with you, and I am just gonna.
Alice in her corner. Oh, she's got Mona with her. Oh!
Banished to my
No,
corner.
Alex is there. Never mind. Moment's ruined.
Charming.
No
I'm just-
sex. No sex moment.
No sex allowed.
no.
I wouldn't say no.
I'm like, oh, let's go.
Eyebrow wiggle?
dear.
Question mark. Anyway,
Oh dear.
outside of everybody having a wiggle moment, Mira, you are in it. You are planning to do a thing. Sorry, my brain cells
am.
are being slow to catch up. So
That
what are you
thing.
doing? What are you doing?
I'm assuming we've just left the shop.
Yes.
So Alistair, I was just wondering, since like we haven't got to go back for a while, that well, when I was younger, my mum, when she was having a lot of struggles, I mean, she's still having a lot of struggles, but that's beside the point. When she was really feeling lost, Godfather took her to see like the astrologians in Zodia, and it really helped her. And I was wondering if maybe you want to come see them with me.
Well, I suppose I could do so. It's not too far of a stretch, but seems a bit unusual that your mother, who dropped comets into a forest, would seek refuge and assistance from. You know what? I'm not going to question it. Anyway, I'm guessing they're in the big that large tower over there.
Yeah,
Alistor points to the very, very obvious large pillar that's basically ascending from the middle of the village. It's like
Oh my god.
It is a big boy.
That's a lot of stairs. We should have brought Alex with us so we can climb on it back.
Yes. Anyway, shall we get moving?
Yes.
So, as the two of you proceed down there, you do get some strange looks upon arriving, but you approach the reception. I need to get the thing up so I can see where I'm doing the thing. Smiley face. Oh god, this is the problem with having so many notes. Why do I do this? Why do I do this? Why am I like this? I found it? I found it. Yes. I definitely found it, and I'm not scrolling back up because I clicked on the wrong thing. Yes, so you approach the reception desk.
Hello. We would like to see the astrologians, please.
The person at the front desk takes a look at you and frowns for a second. Oh god, why is it every time I look for a thing, I always find
The
it,
thing.
and then I lose it immediately after I've just found it.
Yeah, I can see your mouse like ferociously moving on the screen.
Wait, is it moving up on the stream?
Yeah?
Oh no! I didn't realise!
It's been like that since the first session. I thought you knew.
No! I have to turn off that it's recording my mouse. God damn it. Shit. I will tell it to stop doing that. Can you please stop video? No!
A new discovery
General.
every day.
Why didn't you tell me?
I thought you knew.
I didn't!
Ah!
I'll change the settings in a bit. Screech. Okay,
Just leave it till after session.
out of embarrassment, I can't find it, so smiley face, whatever. The receptionist looks at you. So you guys have approached the receptionist, and he questions why you are here.
I mean, we're looking for their guidance. Like, my mom came here a long time ago, and they really helped her, and I want them to help me and my friend Alistor.
And your mother would be whom?
Do I have to say that out of GDPR? I'd rather not say unless I have to.
The receptionist just looks at you.
Okay.
With a look on his face of, you're here. If you're here to get something done, you're gonna follow the rules like everyone else.
Well, my mom is Felicity Atisa.
At this point, the person knocks over their coffee mug and curses in a language that you are not familiar with. Is it? Oh my god, I don't care about the fact that my mouse is moving around on the screen. This will just give you an idea of how many notes I've got. Smiley face.
If anything, it's entertaining. Just leave it.
Okay. But the Alistor looks shocked, as though whatever's just been said is absolutely scandalous, but you don't know the language, therefore, yeah, sucks to be you, I guess. Why do I have your sheet open?
I don't know. Why do you have my sheet
I don't
open?
know. Anyway, yeah, it's definitely not a language that you know. I've just checked. And I think I accidentally just closed someone else's sheet, so whoops.
F.
I opened all the wrong sheets. No!
Ah.
Anyway, so yeah, basically knocks over their coffee mug, cusses in a language you aren't familiar with, and points to one of the doorways.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Alistor is told to sit in one of the chairs and wait for a moment, as they also basically sign him in, and he gives his full name and whatever, and the two of you enter this large chamber where there are a group of 12 Zodians, 12 Zodian astrologians. God, that's a mouthful and a tongue twister at the same time. All sitting with different, very different style, like star globes hovering before them at the desk. The first one to speak. One of them speaks up. And who might you be?
Hi, I am Meria and Alistor.
Oh god, not one of you again. And how can I help you? What do you want?
Well, you helped my mom a long time ago, and I was wondering if you could help me by doing the same thing.
Yes, I suppose. So, your friend here, I'm assuming you want me to help him as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you want Alistor, you don't have to if you don't want to, but it'd be pretty cool if you did.
Okay. Well, please step into the circle.
Magic circle. I step into the circle.
As you step into the circle, the astrologians start chanting, and you realize that there is a pattern on each of the star globes and on the floor underneath you, and you count a total of 13 different symbols, but you don't really get much of a view of them, as you are shown images. You like white out for a short period of time, and you are shown images of your own past. The current point in time, you see Xanis and Penton having a conversation and walking back along a path, and they now have Kay with them, and they are talking. You see Alice and Mado talking sweet nothings to one another, while Alec is sitting there what you can only assume is reading a book of some sort. Probably some sort of tome or something, you're not really sure. You see Milo and Carl talking to one another, and Carl appears to be winding up Milo like nobody's business, as Milo is very red in the face and Carl is laughing his ass off. And then the room around you turns into a blank abyss. You see a desert temple under the ground. You see these what I'm going to describe as an abomination mixture of living desert holofoxes, but parts of them seem almost dead and decaying. Like there's pieces of machinery that have replaced parts of their body. Almost like a cyborg, if you want to think of it like that. But less futuristic, if I had to make a real-world comparison. If that helps at all.
Yeah.
You see Alistor being tortured by Tuck on a stone table in what appears to be some sort of basement, which is always fun, watching your father torture your quote-unquote adoptive big brother figure. Always a fun time. There we go. And then a lot of weird stuff starts happening. You see what appears to be fire ravaging the land. You see images of large mounds of black sand getting launched into the air, as though something is slamming down on the ground with such immense force that it's launching all of this dust into the air. You find the next few images are very troubling, as you see that horrific Seath, wolf, whatever abomination you saw before. But you see your godfather fighting this beast monstrosity on his own in the middle of this greyish ashen desert, surrounded by these horrific crystalline monsters. You see an image of... Oh god, this is going to be horrific to depict. You see images of your mother dropping comets into a forest in a fit of rage, and what you assume is your Auntie Diana trying to calm her down, whilst the two of them look horrified at something that's approaching. You see your mother strung from a tree, and Lupus firing an arrow and screaming at her, and basically metaphorically and literally slapping sense into her. you see one more image that really, really kicks home, and that is your own dead body strewn across the ground in a dark place that you don't recognize, but just looking at it gives you a horrific chill down your spine. And it's your own dead body being torn apart by what looks like something with a massive stinger for a tail. And then whatever this thing is proceeds to move and rip apart Kay and Xanis, who are sprinting towards your remains. And then the image stops. And you're back in Zodia. You're back in that room. But the images that were displayed before you are fresh in your mind.
I'm like, what was that?
That was what you wished to see. You wanted help, and that is it. We cannot tell you what the images you saw were, but they are what the future, past and present would be, and are currently, with correct context. These are events that you apparently needed to see to change something and prevent an outcome. That is typically what people require our services for.
Thank you. I'll just step back.
Alistor still seems to be witnessing images, but oh god, I've got to remember. A Vieran male in heavy set black robes and gown comes along and basically prods Alistor, snapping him out of the image. Honestly, you children are so frustrating. Please leave. Myself and my son have more important things to be doing. Miss Atisa and Mr. Howell, please get out.
Oh. Can I get like a clean look at this guy?
Yep, he is standing. He starts moving forward, and he is a very quite an old-looking Vieran male. And there's an energy of undeath around him, and his son, who almost looks like a younger version of his own father. If you could please leave, Miss Atisa. Leave on.
Right. Okay.
And you and Alistor leave the location. A bit confused as to why the hell you were pulled out of it, but
Alistor, why does that guy know you?
Alistor looks in a little bit of shock, and he's kind of just processing what the hell he just witnessed. So the two of you head back. During this time, I need to swap over as Penton, Xanis, and Kay are currently doing a con. So, Penton, can you roll?
Kind of con.
I will let you decide what kind of con it is. We can work that out later. But basically, oh god. Basically, I will let you decide what the con is, whether it's like you trying to persuade people to play a particular game, or whether it's more of a deceptive kind of come and test your luck sort of thing. But you will need to decide whether you want to use your persuasion or deception for this con. Or you can use both.
Okay.
So it will be I will give you a choice between deception and performance, or persuasion and performance. I'll let you pick between those two. Just keep in mind that whichever one you use I will ask you to roll both of those regardless. So if you want, you can take it from a... Okay. Also, that's really funny, going from a mild horror kind of mindfuck music to
Okay, that's your idea.
The main theme. Okay, what's your idea?
I'm gonna take the sword.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and sell it to somebody.
Okay.
Stars.
Are you gonna try and sell the weapon and do more of a public con, or is it gonna be a singular person kind of con?
Are we at a bar or something, are we? Or...
You will have access to anywhere within the city whilst doing this. With three of you, out of character, out of any character and as a DM, I would probably suggest that with the number of you that there are, a more public con would work better than a singular person. So maybe like a gambling game or something like that.
The Pendant can do a fake magic trick.
Okay.
And Xanis and possibly Kay, or it could be the glamorous assistant or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Xanis could be using his sleight of hand to basically pick the pocket of everybody watching.
Okay. So... can you roll me performance and deception then?
Okay.
This is going to be interesting, because this could be quite profitable. In the meantime, can everybody who is not currently doing something please prepare for a big social interaction that will be coming on in a few minutes once I'm done with this? Please and thank you. Smile.
24 on the performance. I used a luck point for it.
24.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Was it deception?
Deception.
Boy.
I guess this the
33 on the deception.
Fuck. Okay. Xanis's... Fuck, yeah. Xanis's stealth is a 28. And his sleight of hand is... Oh my god. Is a 36. Fuck. I forget those sneak gloves are fucking powerful. And then Kay is going to use her linguistics to try and pull in as many races as possible. And use her insight to try and good targets.
Everybody, who wants to win 100,000 gil for free? All you have to do is guess where the queen is.
Kay begins to translate this into other languages using her linguistics and rolls a 22. Damn, these are some good rolls. And her insight is a fucking nat 20, so 31 total. Okay, so...
Your eyes on me. The only way you can ever win this game is make sure you can keep track of that card. Look away for even a second or you might miss it.
Okay, so... Between the three of you, how much gil are you charging per thing, by the way?
How big is the crowd?
Pretty big.
How big is pretty big?
Well, Zodia's population is about 8,900 people, roughly, that are permanent residents, and the percentage of the crowd you manage to attract is 93% of the people that here at least take interest. So you get a lot of interaction.
Okay. I'd say it's just 20 gil admission fee.
Okay, so 20 gil fee, and then Xanis is pickpocketing. So, how long are you running this con for?
2 hours.
Okay, so within the span of about 2 hours, you manage to attract 93% of the people interact, so... Sorry, I have to do maths here. So, with the constant influx of people coming in and out, because, you know, this is a main city, there are a lot of people coming back and forth. With just the admission fee alone, you manage to get about 80,000 gil from all the people that interact.
People, nobody's won yet. The odds are on your side at this point. It's statistically unlikely that you won't win.
And as you come to the end of those couple of hours, yeah, you get about 80,000 gil, and then whatever Xanis has managed to pickpocket, which I will roll for off screen, and basically just announce what was found. Anyway, you are eventually called back. Let me roll a d20 real quick, sorry. Oh yeah, okay, that's how many people. Okay, so you are all called back to the guild hall after a bit of a longer day. This will require everyone to come off of mute, so please and thank you.
Meep.
Toilet.
Yeah, if you guys want to go to the toilet real quick, so there's going to be a slightly longer one that requires everybody to be present.
Thank you.
Okay.
So I'm going to make the relationship chart available
That's
offline.
made me laugh, honestly.
Because, yeah,
You're gonna make what?
I'm going to set for myself, the relationship chart, the small one that we've got, as offline for myself.
Jasper's gone from it now, isn't he?
Yep.
Gone.
I have
Jasper's been
updated.
yeeted.
I have updated it so Jasper is still on the Jasper is still on the global chart, so thoughts and feelings can be updated based on him. But
did you move the update? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's down right at the bottom now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so sad.
Okay, so as you all return back to the guild, after a short while, the guildmaster, the Sleeping Wolves guildmaster, enters the room. Afternoon, everyone. How are you all?
Afternoon.
Hi.
Yeah, okay, just to clarify, everybody is here. Everyone.
Okay.
Everyone. Is this Lupus? Is this Lupus?
Okay.
Is this Lupus?
Let me grab his token, and then I will pop that on screen. So you guys can have a bit of a visual representation of him being there as well.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. With my big bowl of ketchup.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, I can tell. We can hear you.
Bowl of ketchup.
Oh,
I
we
came
can-
back to.
Did you just say bowl of ketchup?
Bowl
Yes.
of ketchup.
It sounded like bowl.
I got a 750 milliliter /1 kg bottle of
Fucking
Heinz
hell.
tomato ketchup.
Oh my
Why?
Oh
god.
my god, woman. Anyway,
Mira.
getting off
I'm
topic.
scared of you.
Back on
I'm scared of
topic.
you. Okay.
Back on topic.
Ketchup.
Lupus has asked you all how you are. Can you respond so he's not just standing there awkwardly? Anyone?
Do
Anyone
I know
respond?
this guy? Do I know
Yes.
this guy? Like at
Most
all?
like
Okay.
most likely, Alec would probably know who this is, at least via his title, because it's, you know, this is the guild master of the highest ranking guild across the globe right now, and has been
Oh,
for the last
shit.
20 years.
Oh, I probably am aware of him then.
Okay, so Lupus walks into the room and asks how everybody is. Who is responding?
Good afternoon.
Mediocre.
Just gonna
Could be
nod.
better.
Just gonna nod at him. Just gonna.
Lucas,
Okay.
what are you doing here?
Well, I could give you the long story, which is going to be boring and probably upset Mira quite a bit. Or I can just tell you
Yay!
that I was on a bit of a mission. We'll call it that.
I want to know the long story, but
No, we know
Ask
that
him
you
later.
went to Calaris. I saw the ship. What happened?
Well, someone's being quite forward, and I appreciate that. Well, quite simply, if I were to try and put it in a funny way, your mother is being controversial again, Mira.
That doesn't
Oh,
sound
no.
unsurprising.
So, to update you all on what's been happening, the Sleeping Wolves Guild was temporarily closed after I found a very convenient letter that was sent by lovely Miss Felicity Atisa to me, pleading to come and help her. Your mother decided it would be a lovely idea to try and resolve her feud, if you can even call it that, between herself, Miss Meria and and apparently she took her wife with her as well. So Marianne and Vida, this guild's, guild master and right hand, are currently on Calaris being treated for heavy wounds.
oh dear.
Yes, that's what I thought. So I did what I thought was right, and organised all that. Unfortunately, Tuck, as I'm sure you would prefer me to call him rather than his actual name, is now a confirmed member of the Lily and Beast cult.
That's good news.
We saw him nearby, actually.
Yes, I had gathered. There were poison bottles that you can only acquire on this island.
Well, it's lovely to see you and all, but we have a problem here as well.
Yes, I have had a brief intermission of what's happening. And I say brief, as in I saw a big mound of tentacles rising out of the nearby forest. Gonna assume that. Wait. Oh dear. Yes,
Yeah.
the Malboro King.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was getting distracted by noticing that someone is missing. Let me guess.
Yeah.
Killed,
about that.
eaten.
Snapped.
Ah, so nothing out of the ordinary then.
What?
Every single time that thing has appeared, it's always killed someone. Usually the person who discovers it.
Sorry, what did you say?
Well, normally the Malboro King is on Farron. I recently found out that Varys Ellison, leader of the Black Branch Guild, the Black Branch Guild recently mounted an expedition to kill the Malboro King. Its moustache, if you can even call it that, is currently pinned to Varys Ellison's wall. Which means that's why it's here. Although I'm sure you've already experienced that, considering that we're one down and what appears to be one up. I have no idea who you are, but if you survive more than a month, I'll remember your name. As Lupus looks over to Alec. Before continuing.
Alec. Oh, fine.
Aleksander.
Fine. Sure.
It's easier to say Alec just because brain cells. Right. Well, from what I've managed to gather during the briefing and debriefing that I just had to experience from a very poorly organised guild, how Meria runs this place I will never know. Ugh. Anyway, back on topic. It appears that Malborough King is approaching this city at a very high speed. It'll take about a week for it to get here, but it's bringing a small army of seedlings with it.
More of them?
Mm-hmm. It is
You didn't stand a chance against one.
Fortunately, they're only seedlings. There is little more they can do than be annoying and bite at your ankles. So, that's what I'm trying to figure out currently. Unfortunately, due to Miss Atisa's intervention, I can't stay here to help with the fight.
No.
As much as I would love to.
No.
Lupus basically puts his thumb and his index finger on the bridge between his eyes, and as though he's trying to ward off a headache. So,
respect, sir, I don't think we're going to be able to beat it without you. It's monstrous.
I feel like there's a piece of inappropriate humour I could use there, but hardly seems the time or place for it. I can... Yes?
Just put to this creature, and you're just gonna expect us to face it head on, battle it, without extra help? I know I'm strong and mighty, but I don't think I'm strong and mighty enough for that thing.
Alice, with all due respect, dear, back down. With all due respect to all of you, back down. I appreciate that thing killed Mr. Hyde, and whilst I'm sure that you are suffering from the loss, this is not the first death of many that I've had to deal with. I can't be here, because otherwise the Sleeping Wolves Guild remains closed off, thanks to Miss Atisa's intervention. I cannot be here to help you fight it, so, very politely and kindly, unless you wish to go through the same thing that my elites have dealt with every single time they have a problem with my choices, and fight me head on, then back off. Have I made myself clear, Miss Powers?
Yeah.
I will try my best to get some assistance to you all. Whilst I can't guarantee that any of this will go well, I am currently trying to locate some of my operatives who are actually accessible here. I'm sure this new person that you've had join you will assist, and I will look for some other helpers. But for now, you lot are the best that we've got in terms of people on the ground that we can have to help.
That's reassuring.
There's only one other thing. There is only one way I can genuinely think of trying to get some help with this thing, or fight it at the very least. But there is a problem with it. It requires leaving either Honeymill completely exposed, or potentially leaving a goddess at exposure. If you desperately need help that badly, then I can do my best. But you will have to very politely ask for either Astra's assistance, or I will have to go and ask Karina to make the trip here. So if you think you're that horrifically outnumbered and that you need help, then I can do that. Outside of that, making such a huge demand is not something that I can easily sort. I will be here for the next couple of days, at most.
Do you think we can beat it?
Well, it depends on whether you put your heads together and actually work as a group. I don't know.
Was that Lupus? I didn't hear anything.
I don't know. I'll be blunt. Considering what I've been told of your expedition so far, it doesn't sound like it's gone very well.
Hasn't.
Right. So what do you expect me to do here? Well, come on. You're all so willing to pile on me earlier. Your own guild master, the person who is currently keeping you all in employment status and not sending you back home or off into a forest to starve.
We just asked for your help.
Lupus has a very firm look on his face.
Alice was hot-headed, but Alice.
Most of the aggression is directed towards Alice and, to a small extent, Mira. But that may just you assume that may just be the fact that Lupus has been having to deal with Fele, Mira's mother, for the last however long.
Well, if I may, I don't think we need to get anyone from Honeymill. Leaving it defenceless, especially with Meria and gone, would be a very stupid idea. However, we're in a massive city, and, well, quite honestly, the Marlborough King is massive. That thing travelling around, well, it would be very, very difficult for it to do. So if we use our surroundings correctly, we can mitigate some of its advances, which would give us a better chance.
Just to stop it just carving a path through the city. It's that big.
Then if we draw its focus to us and leave the rest of the guard to fight the seedlings that it creates.
I will have to get in contact with Astra and ask her to assist in covering for. Well, I say covering for me. I will leave the guild closed for now. If you genuinely don't have that level of confidence, I guess. And
we could do it.
Well,
we can try. I am very, very willing to chop the tentacles off the monster that took Jasper's life. Oh, indirectly took his life. You know what I mean?
Yes, I understand what you mean. I will be here for the next day or two. We'll put it that way.
And let's get training. We'll come up with a plan, and then we'll kick it. We'll kick it,
You will have to decide amongst yourselves as a group if you think you need my help or not. You will have 2 days to decide this. And then you will return to me with either a plan that you have figured out, or if you need my assistance, and I will have to call in some favors.
We'll chop its head off, won't we, Mado?
Mado doesn't look too sure.
Oh,
We
no.
don't even have a read on its power. It just showed up, ambushed us, and snapped
Then
one of us in
spend the
half.
next days learning about it.
Yeah, if we research, then maybe we could formulate a plan using the city structure.
I bet if we set it on fire, it will burn to death.
Then you're an idiot. And Xanis speaks up. You would think that something that large. How do you plan on setting fire to something that is literally 20 to 30% acid? How do you plan on setting fire to a plant that is living, that is still wet? Have you ever tried setting fire to something that's to damp wood? It crackles back. At this point, Lupus has left the room, by the way. So I will move his token off. I will move his token off the screen.
He's
I
just
opened
gone.
her mouth
Can
and
I
that
go
was
after
it.
Luke?
He just
Straight
had
out
enough.
the room.
Also, watch as the thing doesn't update properly and I haven't zoomed in enough. There we go.
Let me go after Lupiloo.
If you want to,
Yes, I will go after him.
are you going to leave the planning to the rest of the group?
Yeah.
Okay. So Mira leaves the room in pursuit of Lupus, just leaving the rest of you in that room. And Kay decides to speak up. Well, we could... If we try and work together as... I guess either pairs or threes, we could probably try and distract it and pull it around the town. But we might not really get much in terms of a reward, if you even want to call it that. We got to try and reduce the amount of damages it does to the town.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us really have anything that can hit it hard enough without risking damages.
It's a good idea to, track it from all directions and from afar. Then it will not know where to go.
Mado puts his hand on Alice's shoulder. Well, it's a plan, alright, but I don't really think that, even with the training that we got from Midnight, I really don't think many of us have much to hit that thing with. I've heard of this thing before, with how it recovers, its body regenerates over time. So we'd have to hit it hard, consistently. And there's no guarantee that we'll even be able to kill it.
But from what they were saying, it doesn't even matter if we do kill it.
Well, yeah. You'd have...
It pops up again.
Yeah. What's to say that the next one isn't going to be on 12 gate as well? I think this is something nobody's really considered right now. Is that, this thing could just re-pop up back in the town again if we kill it. We don't know where the next eldest that will turn into the Marlborough King is. So how can we resolve a situation that we don't have all the answers to? I'd like to say I have faith in us, but we're pretty short in terms of what we can actually do here.
Is there a chance we could chase it out of the city?
With what?
I don't know.
Genuinely. I'm all open for ideas, but from the looks of it, we really don't have much apart from hoping and praying. What do you think, Milo? And Mado looks over to Milo.
Well, no matter what we do, the Marlborough King is coming here. So either we make a stand here and kill it. It may well reappear on 12 gate. It may appear miles away from here, which would give us time. It could appear on another continent, we don't know. But it would be suicide to run out into the open. You're just asking to die. So ideally, even though it's going to cause damage either way, it's going to attack Zodia. it may do a lot of damage. Either way, that's a risk we're going to have to take, because at the end of the day, it's all or nothing.
Try and limit the fight to a sector of the city and evacuate that sector beforehand. Minimizes the damage and minimizes cost to life.
And we could probably try and set up some traps as well. I'm pretty sure Papa Wolf said that there were still members of the guild here. We could try and get them to give us some assistance as well. So we isolate off a part of the city and ask them to try and minimize damages, or at least give us some help. But then what do we do? What if it tears down all the buildings in that sector? We'll lose our cover. I don't think any of us can really use our big powerful spells or strong abilities that might destroy the area. We lose that cover, we basically lose the fight. As you guys are discussing, we're going to move over to Mira, who is currently chasing after Lupus.
Hello.
So you are running down the hallway and you see Lupus heading towards one of the nearby rooms.
Godfather, wait.
Ah, Mira, are you alright?
I need to talk to you in private.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm about to go into the room they've given me for a while, so go ahead.
Okay, let's do that. We're going.
Yep. So Lupus goes and sits down it's like a singular bed in this room. And,
Okay.
Yeah, basically the two of you settle down that room. Alright, so what's up?
Well, while we were earlier today, Alistor and we went to see the astrologians.
Yes.
And well, they showed me some things. I don't know what to make of them. So I'm just gonna tell him like everything.
He seems completely unfazed.
I mean, I know you took Mother to go to them and it helped her, but I don't know how these ones are supposed to help me.
Mira, with all due respect, I didn't take your mother there. I quite literally dragged her. I quite literally dragged her through the forest and made her walk most of the distance here on foot. I didn't take her nicely to introduce them, no, I dragged her by her wrist through this forest. Because your mother was nothing shy of unstable. She tried to take her own life because she thought that there was nothing left for her, despite knowing that if she did that, she would doom everyone else around her. I understand that she was going through a lot, but she nearly threw away everyone else's lives because she decided that she didn't want to keep hers. There's more to it than that. I'm sure the way I'm phrasing it sounds a lot more disrespectful than it is, but if you were in that circumstance, you would understand what the situation was.
No, I think I get it.
To prove a point a while ago, one of the images you said you saw were about the comets.
Mm-hmm.
Your mother did that out of spite, because she was angry at me, because I pulled up and called her out on the fact that she'd been treating one of our group, Meria, like absolute garbage since day one, and I made her angry. And out of spite, she decided to drop comets into a forest to calm herself down. That's why there is now an orphanage in Honeymill.
Oh.
Because your mother decided to start to build one and fund it, but never actually did any work there. So that orphanage holds most of the orphans that she created in the first place.
I see. I mean, I always knew she was kind of a bit crazy, I guess, but
Crazy, insane, self-absorbed, many other things that I could say, but never really seemed to think before she made a choice.
so what really happened when you went to Colaris?
What? Recently?
Yeah.
When I got there, I found your mother tied to a chair. I had to fight your father, and he fled. Marianne was missing an eye. Vida had one of her hands cut off. Fortunately enough, Marianne and Vida seem to be recovering, and we've had our best healers get in there. It should take them a few days to fully recover. But the moment I freed your mother, she went to go and apologize, as though that would resolve anything. I kicked her in the face. And then I punched her. And then I threw her down a hallway. Not exactly the kindest introduction, but considering the fact that I'm now branded a monster by everybody on this planet, and the fact that since day one of trying to help your mother resolve her problems, she has done nothing but cause herself even more grief, and she killed Norik for her own gain, and then proceeded to complain about the husband that she brought back from the dead. You know, she had it coming, we'll put it that way.
Yeah. But what's happened to her now?
She's still on Colaris. I had the elites give me some help in erecting a barrier around the Etiso estate, which is specifically attuned to your mother. She cannot leave the estate, and every time she tries, she will be repelled back by that barrier. Like a force field.
So, will I ever be able to see her again?
I don't know, Mira. I don't want you to turn out like her. And as your godfather at the moment, I may not be acting in your best interests, but I'm trying to keep your safety in mind. We'll call it that.
Yeah, I understand.
You might not be able to see her for a while. She is a danger to you. She is a danger to herself. And leaving her to make her own freedom choices has done nothing since then but hurt everyone around her. She's unstable. We'll call it that. So for now, your current guardian is not your mother. She is officially no longer your primary carer. She's also not the leader of Colaris anymore. That is Kay's mother's job now. Cassandra, I'm sure you've met her. She has taken over from your mother, and Edith and Gareth, your grandparents, have signed to take over your official carers until your mother is in a stable enough position, both physically and mentally, to be allowed back out into the public. It feels awful to do, it's not a pleasant thing, but I've not got any more options. Especially with the Lillian Beast preparing to come back next year. I can't have her roaming around destroying even more things. She'll put herself in danger and could end up causing this entire war I've been fighting in the background to fizzle out. Should the Lillian Beast get any stronger, I can no longer fight her, even with the elites, even with my dearest Zippy. Not even you, Xanis, and the rest of your group, and the rest of the Sleeping Wolves Guild combined, would be able to stop her. it would result in a war of the gods themselves.
But can I just say one thing?
What?
I don't think that she's a bad person, not like father is.
No.
I don't think
I
she meant any of this.
No, I don't think so either. But I believe you probably heard the phrase that good people sometimes just make bad decisions.
Yeah, like Jasper.
Yes, like the Hyde boy.
I just don't want people to give up on her before it's too late.
Mira,
But
to be kind, your mother gave up on herself years ago. It's hard to help someone who's already given up on themselves, and the only thing she really seemed to care about after you were born was giving you a family and keeping you happy. But her short-sighted nature led her to make several awful choices that have not only made my job harder, but caused the death and loss of one of my closest friends. If you want to say it this way, she's as much of a danger to herself as the people around her at the moment. I understand it's not her fault and she's not intending to cause this, but her lack of foresight or forward thinking, or even contemplating decisions before making them, has resulted in what I'm currently having to do, of isolating her off. Also,
yeah.
how are you doing, sweetheart? Oh god, that feels weird calling you by that like your mother asked me to, but how are you doing?
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, I kind of freaked out recently. I mean, do you remember when I was younger and you tried to help me with runes, but I couldn't really get it?
Lupus frowns, and there's a very strong look of concern on his face. You activated a rune.
It drove Colt mad.
Oh boy. Right. Well, until you come back to the guild, there's not really much I can do for now. But I apologize in advance, but this is something I'm going to have to do. And you see a small rune appear overlay your chest, and it spins and turns into a lock shape within the pattern, and then vanishes. I will do that for now. It will lock off the runic magic that you accessed at that point to stop it triggering again without your intentional input. It should help you a little bit with any emotional outbursts.
Thank you.
It's perfectly fine. Now, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like a little bit of downtime. I haven't actually been able to stop since dealing with your mother. I've not been in a great mental state, we'll put it that way.
Yeah. Well, just one last thing. I'm not going to ask you to not give up on her. That wouldn't be fair of me to do, but I hope that you'll continue to help her as best that you can.
Well, Mira, let's put it this way. She's still alive. I haven't given up on her yet. Her life is literally in my hands. I am the one who was demanded to make the choice of whether she gets to continue living or not, and I let her carry on. So don't worry, I haven't given up on her yet. I haven't for the last 20 years after she killed Norik. I didn't when she tried to end it all. I was there. She's in capable hands. You just worry about yourself. Okay?
Okay. Thank you. Can I give him a hug?
Yes, you may.
Oh. Thank you, Godfather.
It's quite alright. Also, I heard about what happened with the Hyde boy and my son. I know what's going on with that, and I've gotten a recent update of all of your traveling, and you, as a group, you've done well to make it this far, considering how much has gone wrong. I'm sure you can feed that back to the rest of the group. They'll probably need a bit of a booster after I vented a little bit of frustration. We'll call it that.
Yeah, I think they'll appreciate it.
Alright, off you go now.
Okay, bye.
Okay, so Mira, you end up leaving the room that Lupus is in and returning back to the rest of the group, who have been basically back and forth in discussion for a little while now. Nobody's really settled on anything yet. Would you like to tell them or give them the message, I guess, that you are?
Yeah. Yeah.
Go for it.
Well, guys, Lupus says that we've done well to make it this far. I think he's proud of us in his own way.
Really?
Yeah.
You seem too proud.
I mean, he's got a lot on his plate, so I guess he just kind of freaked out. I know how that feels. You say things you don't intend.
Well, I wouldn't exactly call the amount of crap that Papa Wolf is dealing with a plate. It's more like a silver platter at this point. Papa Wolf is a bit weird sometimes. Sometimes he gets angry and gets very stressed out. But if he said if we've done well, then we've done well. I mean, have you seen any of the other groups? Well, we had to deal with a crazy lich man, a bear man that tried to kill us that we convinced to actually see what was good and what was bad. We've had to deal with a giant plant-eating monster in the last couple of days.
Our time in this guild's definitely been trial by fire.
Yeah. But we've done alright to get here.
We have done a lot.
Exactly, and then a werewolf attack as well. Not that I like thinking about that, but it's something to bring up as well. We've done well, I guess. But, you know. Hey, Penton, maybe me and you should go and talk to my dad, because I don't think we're gonna settle on a decision tonight.
Okay.
In the meantime, it's getting quite late, so does the rest of the group want to get some sleep in? As it's like 10, 11 in the evening.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay, so hold on. Brain cells are turning. So, Penton and Xanis get halfway down the hallway to go and find Lupus and have a conversation with him. When there is a very both quiet and loud, somehow an explosively loud whisper echoes down the hallway.
So,
You turn your head to see Mira waving one arm and holding pen and paper in the other.
Guys, I need your help for a minute.
whisper's that loud. Do you know what whisper is, Mirror?
No, I don't. I'm just very loud.
Whispers are quiet.
What do you need, Mira?
Well, well, since Jasper's kind of gone, I think we should kind of tell Simon and the rest of his family.
Oh, I guess I should probably help you with that, seeming as I know what went down.
Yeah.
Patches, you're right to go. You're right to go on your own, aren't you?
I mean, you can come along too if you want, Penton, I guess.
I mean, it's going to be mostly really depressing writing out a letter. You probably won't be able to help that much. No offense meant.
Yeah, of course. I guess. Yeah. I'll keep going. Yeah.
Okay, so Xanis and Meria end up splitting off from you, Penton. Are you still heading towards the room that Lupus is in currently?
How far are we from my bed?
From your bed?
Uh-huh.
A fair distance. You're like 75% of the way to the room at this point.
Okay.
And
I'll get the jacket and give it back to him, but...
Yeah. Well, Xanis and Meria have just gone back towards the room to write that letter. So...
What am I going there for?
Because Xanis wanted to go and have a conversation with Lupus. In your mind, you probably would have assumed that it's about like an update on how you've been getting on with looking after Lupus, or looking after Xanis. Fucking hell, I'm so sorry, my brain cells. An update with Lupus as to how you looking after Xanis is getting along. Look, man, five letter name with a vowel second and fourth letter, okay?
Words, am I right? Anyway, yeah, sure, I will trundle on forwards.
Okay. So, Mira, if you want to jump on mute whilst you and Xanis are writing out a letter to Simon. Okay. Penton, you arrive at Lupus's door. Are you going to knock?
I will very gingerly knock.
Okay. Oh, I nearly just moved the entire chat. Oops. Let me roll. Oh, I don't even need to roll a passive perception. I'm good. But that's an 18, so I'll just sit there and smile and go hee hee. Perception go. So you hear a voice slightly muffled through the door. Come in.
I will enter.
Ah, Penton. You quite alright?
So, myself and Xanis were on our way to sort of update you on what's been happening.
Yes.
Then Mira dragged him off. I'm here on my own. And, what was I talking about?
You were talking about how things were going with looking after Xanis.
So, I'm assuming you already know what went down.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think you did quite I think you did quite well.
What do you mean?
Well,
I fucked up big time. He jumped off the cart and I didn't do anything. I just froze.
Yes, and if you had jumped off the cart, you wouldn't be alive still. This is my son. He is very much like me, very impulsive and very firmly set in the idea that if he can do something, he will do something to try and help. But
I'm not even supposed to protect him. I can't stop him.
Do you think Father Bear was ever able to stop him? Think back.
I'm sure that Father Bear was never able to stop him, but
Think back to your first day at this guild. Do you not remember Father Bear having to basically carry Xanis into the room after he decided to run off because he didn't want to start working at the guild until tomorrow? or the day after the initiation was supposed to be. You have done fine. As a guild master, I will say your performance may need a little bit of work, but as a guild master of the Sleeping Wolves specifically, and knowing what my son is like, the fact that you haven't already lost your marbles is impressive. You would not believe the amount of people that have been driven mad by him being a little bit eccentric. We'll call it that.
Gotten very close, actually.
Well,
Brother I never had.
yeah, he is a little bit of a ratbag. But he has a heart of gold, very much like me and his father. Little bit crazy, a little bit strange on the outside, but very strong personality and very sweet and gentle-hearted when he gets relaxed enough with people. So
At you saying that, he's just started kind of glazed over. Is very clearly checking Lupus out, but not realizing that he's doing it.
Wow. Okay. Lupus just kind of does a little clap and waves at Penton. Are you quite alright there, Mr. Aleno? You seem a little bit, dazed.
Sorry, Dad. I mean, sorry, sir. I just sort of, zoned out there.
Give my brain a second.
Whenever I'm around you, I just sort of don't know where I am anymore. Sort of lose my balance and stumble all over the place. I normally have so much composure.
Well, I seem to have that effect on some people, Mr. Aleno. I mean, look at most of the elites. Look at maybe not the best example, but look at Crimson, and the sheer number of I guess I can't really I shouldn't really show, but take a look at this. And Lupus pulls out a scroll, and you can read it in very clear common. The number of applicants that applied for the same positions that you and the rest of the party have, and then there is a short description of the reasons why they want to join, and it's just a scroll of simps or people making suggestive comments towards multiple of the higher ups of the guild. As you can see, it's not something I'm unfamiliar with. Though I do think it's quite amusing that the person looking after my son, of all people, is a bit like that. I don't blame you though.
I mean, who could? Anyway, there's something else. I knew I'd forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
So, Xanis gave me this scroll.
Yes.
It was a spell scroll, and I read it, and then I had these visions. And I saw myself as a baby.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a birth certificate.
Yes.
My name's not Aleno. Oh god, what's the name? I forgot the name. Shit!
Do you, out of
Phineas,
yes, out of DMing and out of character, it was Vinius as a middle name before Aleno. So
okay, fuck!
It's okay.
The name's not Penton Aleno, it's Penton Phineas Aleno. Oh, fuck.
It's okay. You're doing fine. It's a lot to remember. This is why notes are useful, because I drop a lot of small bits of information in a very short period of time that about 40% is relevant. Lupus looks a little shocked as Penton speaks.
What does that mean? I
Vinius.
don't understand.
Well, You're not going to believe this, but do you have any idea of the Great Sages?
Not a clue.
Okay, so it'd be just over 4,000 years ago now. There were a group of mighty and powerful mages that used a god's immortality to seal away an entire island of this planet for a while. Though due to some shenanigans from the Time God, not many people remember that the island was split away. But that there were two gods that were sealed with that. And these sages ended up going their separate ways, but they had mighty powers. And there was one for pretty much all of the true magic schools, if you will. Myself and my husband. I'm sure you've met him, or been at least if you remember the end of his sniper rifle.
Yes.
His bloodline, the Dandos. Oh yes, it's very well kept. He always complains that one part isn't shiny enough, and then spends half a day polishing the barrel of his sniper rifle. Not in any innuendous manner, it's quite literal. There are friggin' dirty brushes left everywhere. But his bloodline, the Dandos, come from the Great Sage bloodline that had the ninja magic. I guess is the best way of wording it. That doesn't make it sound stupidly complex. My prior family were the Black Fangs. I chose to take up a different name. A mixture of the two, if you will. My mother was a Crescent Claw, or Moon Claw as she liked to call it. And my father was a Black Fang, so Crescent Fang. But my lineage was traced all the way back to the Red Mage Sage, I guess the best way to put it. The Vinius bloodline are traced back all the way to the Illusionist Sage, meaning that you are the last remnant of that bloodline. We've searched for years and never found anything. You are the end of that bloodline. I guess congratulations, you technically hold the power of all of any great sage attached to Lavinia's name. You are the center point of it now. That's what it is. I would say you should feel honored or lucky, but from what I'm aware, your parents weren't exactly helpful.
Yeah, they've gone from complete fucking assholes and deadbeats to incredibly fucking powerful assholes and deadbeats.
And they're also incredibly fucking dead.
What?
We found them a few weeks ago. Well, a few. We found them a couple of weeks ago, not too long after you left the island. One of our operatives in Honeymill found an Aleno, someone by the name an Aleno, and the other Vinius had been assassinated by Tuck, of all people.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm sorry to deliver that news so bluntly, but I felt like it was something you needed to know before you wandered off.
Whose face do I rub it in now? Half the reason I did all this shit. Prove to them that I wasn't worthless. They shouldn't have thrown me out, that they've made a mistake. What do I do?
Well, the Sleeping Wolves Guild could definitely use your help. And if you are one of the if you are the last of the Vinius bloodline, We will try our best to see if there is anyone left, but if you are the last, then I would genuinely like you to stay with the guild. And if there are any requests you would like to sweeten the deal, I suppose, for you staying with the guild, you are free to make them. I've
Come
been
again? What?
trying to collate. I'm trying to make sure that I know where all of the Great Sage bloodlines and family trees are, and who the current possessor of that power is. It's a lot to explain, but put simply, if you are the last of your heritage, then you alone hold the abilities and powers of that family, of that entire family tree. And I would do anything within my power to keep a great sage within my ranks, if you will. So, if there is anything that needs to be done to sweeten that deal, then make your statement. Make your request.
And just goes completely fucking died. I'm in shock at the sudden opportunity that has just arisen. I'll think about it. Think about it.
Lupus looks mildly concerned, but also very amused. But
Completely red in the face at this point.
yeah, Lupus looks like a mixture of concerned and very, very amused. Well, Mr. Aleno, or would you prefer to be addressed by Vinius or Aleno as your last name?
Honestly, my Penton.
Alright then, Penton. Or maybe I should call you Patches like my son does. No, that sounds more
That'd
like
be weird.
that sounds more like a thing my son would stick to. Penton, give it some thought and decide.
What you called me last time? Yes.
Ah. Well, maybe another time. Penton, I need you to consider what your request for the guild is, if you have any. And I will do my best to arrange that. And hopefully, you will manage to survive any oncoming problems.
Yes. 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 Gaining composure.
Lupus proceeds to pat Penton on the head and mutters something in a language you do not understand, but has a smile on his face before sitting back in his chair and just kind of waving his hand as though to politely ask Penton to leave the room without actually saying anything. Oh, and
Penton will leave the room, I guess.
one last thing, Penton, as you're on your way out.
I mean, and yes, Lucas?
If you could let Milo know that it was quite amusing observing his interactions with Gelda, and I have requested Gelda to join the guild temporarily, so they will have plenty of interaction together. Not exactly. You underestimate the power of scrying. I thought I would briefly check up on the group beforehand, as we were going past 12 Gate anyway. So I thought I would check in.
Bear with. Hang on.
My alarm.
Alarm went off.
Yeah. But yes, I've asked Mr. Solmer to assist us. I thought I would take the time to use some runic scrying to check up on how the group were doing, and I saw things were a bit of a mess, so I dropped by. Anyway, off you go. And I will likely bump into you again tomorrow.
Okay, Penton leaves, kind of.
Okay, and that is where we're going to end the session. I hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.
Bye bye.
Dear God, that was